Hey guys, welcome to my chapter review of One Piece, chapter 1044, called Warrior of Liberation. Now, I know I'm a little late on this one, but let's jump right to the cover page. The Germa 66 are about to get experimented on. I'm expecting them to get rescued by, well, their father in the next chapter, or some reinforcements they've got next chapter. They look like they're, right about to get, cut or experimented on right here. And let's jump right where we left off from last chapter, where we'll get a little bit of monologue where Luffy's talking, saying, "How can I even still stand? I took that devastating blow." Before I forget, all right, how? So first of all, how did he take that hit head on and recover? Oda really threw a ball with this one, right? Um, we don't know what Nika does, right? We don't know what Sun God Nika's freaking abilities are. So, Oda made it a complete 180. Well, maybe not a lot of people, or very few people, let's say, expected it to be a god inside of One Piece verse as the mythical Zoan fruit. Right. Okay. So we'll talk about like the fruit and everything from the elders while they're talking amongst themselves, right? But it's how did he recover? We don't know. I guess Nika's abilities of recovery. Maybe they have a quick recover option. Like Big Mom has a quick recover option. Kaido kind of feels like he has honestly regenerative abilities going on ongoing through his own mythical zone. So maybe that actually. Whoa. Wait, that actually makes so much sense. If Luffy's a mythical zone, I just thought of this right now, Ab. That's why he freaking comes back so fast. He just recovers so fast because he is a Zoan fruit. He just comes right back after getting defeated and knocked down. He just recovers just like that. Oh, I just realized that. Okay. So we have the beat playing in the background of his heartbeat. Zunisha saying, Momo saying that Luffy's Joy Boy, and Yamato is asking him like, Zunisha confirming that? Like, what? Who told you that? We have Sanji waking up from him being passed out or whatever while he was recovering, calling out to Luffy. Everybody that seems to have observation Haki is talking or noticing what's going on the roof. They call out that it's Luffy. Kid and Law looking up. You have Old Man Zoe, right? Looking up, he's like, "Is that Straw Hat the one up there?" Marco immediately just calms everybody down, like he's still breathing. He's up there. He's alive while he's looking up, which Marco looks astonished too. Nami's super happy that he's still kicking, right? He's still alive. And then we cut to Mary Joa with the elders talking amongst themselves, saying this was the best outcome we could get because we have this fruit that has evaded us somehow. Like they confirmed that the Zoan fruits have wills of their own, and this one in specific, they've never been able to catch. Almost like if it's avoiding them at all costs, which explains perfectly why Shanks was able to grab it or even like steal it from the ship, because it probably yelled so loud to be rescued that Shanks was hearing it and just went to the fruit, whatever was calling it, and it just grabbed the fruit that was calling to him, and Luffy ate it later in the future, right? And they confirmed that this Gomu Gomu no fruit is not a paramecia, it's a mythical Zoan fruit model, mythical type model, human fruit model Nika, which is the inverse god of the sun god, which threw everybody for a loop because Oda just can do whatever he wants in this case, right? It's a sun god, it's a god inside his own verse. We don't know if he has generative abilities. We don't know what happens when this fruit awakens. We just kind of know it's rubber feature. The god just seemed to have a rubber body. But awakening it grants more strength and freedom, which we see Luffy use to his advantage in a few panels later. And they confirm that there is no other power in the world more ridiculous, and it fits so perfectly to Luffy, right? It's not overpowered, it's not dumb strong, it's not a earthquake fruit, it's not a Zoan, black hole fruit. It's just the most ridiculous power that they've ever seen happen. And it just fits Luffy's fighting style insanely well. We cut to Hiyori and Orochi, which honestly, I read it and I'm just thinking, no, cut back to Luffy. But we get an ending to this fight. We get an ending to Orochi. Hopefully here, I hope we don't see him back. I hope this is the end of Orochi, and I think it is, because I'm pretty sure that Hiyori is gonna see it through. Orochi, of course, trying to squeeze, just try and get out of this situation, right? Just anything, any weasel his way out. There you go. That's the word. He's trying to weasel his way out, trying to be on her side. Like, yes, oh my God, your father was amazing. And then she just freaks out and yells at him, you disgraceful person, you scum of the earth. She's just so mad in the panel, the pain on her face after she betrayed her father, after everything Odin did for his country, and the outcome, all the promises that were broken by Orochi. And she's just ready to end him. And I guess she was the reason that he did die. He couldn't transform, go into his Zoan fruit, and get out. We have Kanjuro approach, and I guess in the last moments of his life, he decides to just go ahead and take Orochi with him, which unfortunate that Hiyori didn't end him with her own hands, but I guess what she did led him to being killed by Kanjuro here, and they both go down. Kanjuro takes out Orochi, and that should be the end of Orochi, right? Now this last part, now people were speculating. We get a few panels of Luffy and he's talking to himself. This is the pinnacle of what I can do, which I don't like those words. I don't like the pinnacle. I don't like him saying this is what I can. This is the pinnacle of what I can do. And I don't feel like that's the right verbiage he should use. I don't feel like he'd ever say this is my peak. It feels wrong to say that. I don't feel like somebody should be like, this is it. This is where I get. This is my strongest, right? I don't know. The wording seems wrong there, in my opinion. But people were speculating, is Gear 5 going to be its own transformation? Is Awakening going to be separate from Gear 5? And some people were thinking, yep, Gear 5 should be Awakening. Awakening should be in conjunction with Gear 5, which we do get here. Awakening does seem to be his Gear 5 transformation. And he just lets out... Well, we saw in the beginning while we were on the rooftop that he was letting out a little bit of Conqueror's Haki go. And here he just lets loose on Conqueror's Haki, and all of Kaido's men, well, not all, but most of Kaido's men just start getting knocked out. And I'm surprised that he doesn't realize that Luffy is the one on the roof. He's saying, what is up there on the roof? Why can't he... Maybe his observations turned off? I'm not sure. He just wasn't sure what's on the roof, which threw me off. But his men are getting knocked out. We see the electric Conqueror's Haki radiating through, and this part, this manhandling, this disrespect level of Kaido, where you just see Luffy's huge hand come through, grab Kaido and yoink him out, and everybody's like, Kaido? And the moment Luffy grabbed him, he just went all cartoony, and I don't know if that's an effect of the fruit, just like the ridiculous effect of the fruit. So we see his eyes popping out. We have Luffy with the freedom of his fruit. So as people were speculating, Luffy's getting so good at using his Gear 5, jumping out of Gear 4, jumping out of from Gear 3 to Gear 4, Gear 4 between the two transformations of Bound Man, not Tank Man, Bound Man, Snake Man, just between those two. Here in Gear 5, he seems to have all that liberation and freedom to just decrease in size, slim down, increase in size to pump up muscle strength, and we get a little bit of that where he pumps up real quick and starts spinning Kaido, slamming him back and forth. You just see Kaido's eyes popping out of his head, which I don't know if that's just Oda adding a little cartoony twist or if that's an effect of the devil fruit, right? So he's throwing him around and Kaido, and then, well, first we see Luffy slim down again. And then Kaido is mentioning, he's just so happy. Ah, Straw Hat, you survived. Thank you. He's so happy that Luffy was the one that gets back up after taking that devastating hit. And he goes back to fighting. So here, he throws a blast breath real quick. Again, the eye popping out of Luffy, which is this cartoony effect. I don't know if that's going to be a trait of... Probably it would be a trait from Gear 5. He grabs the ground, as people were hoping. And from the speculation of the Flamingo, he turns everything around him, or whatever he grabs at least, into rubber. So he grabs the ground, he brings it up. He gets to block the shot, but he pumps up real quick in muscle size and reflects it and flingshots the shot back to Kaido, which threw him off completely. You just have an explosion in the background with a huge panel showing what Luffy's Gear 5 looks like. And it looks like a slimmed down version of him just laughing. He's been laughing this whole time through the fight. He feels funny. He's having an amazing time. And you just see him with like this cloud, like this... Now it looks like a godly cloud, right? Circling around him. Almost like, it gives me a resemblance of Wukong. And his hair is white, but we don't know if it's white, golden, or just a light color. We're gonna have to see like a colored cover page of what his color would be on Gear 5. But his eyes changed, his eyebrows changed, his hair changed, and Kaido's mentioning, "I'm sorry about that idiot earlier," just sort of reminiscing the same thing he told Oden. I'm sorry that the hag interfered. He didn't want to win that way again. It was gonna just kill him, and that's pretty much, I guess, why he just left the roof and he left him up there, either to die or survive, see what happens. And Luffy, like, don't worry about it, let's finish this fight. And that's the end of the chapter. No break next week. Can't wait to see what happens. So yeah, that's the end of the chapter. Now, speculations for next chapter. Well, Orochi got taken out. I don't think there's any big names left. I think the only thing left is the Navy's out there still. Maybe somebody tries to trespass and interfere the fight, or they let Kaido and Luffy finish before somebody tries to interfere, or an admiral or something. But we hopefully get just Luffy versus Kaido, maybe some dialogue on the other of somebody talking, somebody else, but mostly Luffy versus Kaido. I don't know how many chapters Oda's gonna dedicate to this fight. Maybe 2 straight weeks of this fight. It ends in 2 chapters and see everything Luffy can do, and we get a Kaido flashback. We're waiting for that Kaido flashback, right? Kaido's gonna reveal some stuff about rocks, some stuff about the past, some stuff about what he knows. There's still so much left that we can grab out of this fight, out of this chapter, out of a flashback. The possibilities are endless. Plus, what we can get from Luffy with his new awakening abilities. But that's it for me, guys. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one.